Are we happy or what? Does that taste good? That win tastes great. It's like 11:30 midnight right now, and I had to do this show. Another series win, and the Bats showed against the Twins, and we have to talk about it. Cortes emptied the bench today and started the scrubs. And while that is a sus way to try to win a series, the Bats came through, and we got to come. You guys got to come and talk baseball with me. You just have to today on Habit Hunter. Hello. What is up? Smiles is to be had by all of A's faithful. If you're still watching A's content, guys, that means you are a true A's faithful believer and the best of A's fandom everywhere. Welcome to the Habit Hunter A's podcast and the House Always Wins Media Network. I'm Tim Burns. You can call me Hobbes. I'm a sports writer covering the athletics for the guys at Mid-Valley Sports out of Los Angeles, where I cover the amazing A's as well as the entire NFL desk. And I'm going to be doing 2 sports at once here for the next 3 weeks. It's going to be brutal, so I'm going to start looking even more ragged than normal here in the next couple of weeks. Habit Hunter gives you an old school analysis, because I'm old, at the conclusion of every series, and we identify problems A's players might be developing, and we talk about them. We argue about them. We look for solutions. We analyze moves the front office make and the manager make. And we kind of hawk them. We have to make sure they're doing things right. Make sure they're not doing their youngsters dirty. And we give our team flowers when they do well. And they've been doing great. They've won 4 or 5, guys. We're going to talk all about it. We have to. We have to boost this time when we're getting wins, because it's been a long time. Been a long time since we've won a little streak like this. We give our team flowers when they do well. And they still have their moments, and they have. Remember to give our show a like and subscribe to the network, because it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, and it doesn't cost nothing. Booney, our network guru, has built a network of shows created by A's fanatics from Brooklyn to the Bay Area. So go surf the network and get your fill of A's content. Just do not do it until after the show. So A's got another series win. We got to get into it. Back-to-back series wins hasn't happened in over a year. Well, with the exception of Vegas, that doesn't really count. We finally strung a decent stretch of baseball, winning 4-5. But we have to start with the struggles. Man, you can tell it's midnight, huh? Struggles of Jeffrey Springs and the bad series opener we had. A's back at Sutter Health Park, and they continue to struggle in home series openers. 5-16 this season. We've only won 5 openers at home, guys, out of 21. That's horrible. We're 13-30 on the season. That shows we don't play from ahead in a series very often. But we do have the last 2 series, and we got fun to talk about. We got to burn through some nasty. All right, Jeffrey Springs on the mound, and he's back to suck to start the game. Walked Byron Buxton. We're talking the first inning. And Springs, already veins popping, red face was initiated. ABS overturned a strike for a walk. And immediately you could just see it in his body language. And I was going, no, we're already screwed. And of course, it didn't take a rocket scientist to know we were going to be screwed when Jeffrey Springs is on the mound. But single Ryan Jeffers, and Josh Bell hits one off the top of the left center field fence, because Springs is the home run guy, right? And it's an RBI double, so we got off lucky, but we're talking literally 5 inches, and he's already ripping, I don't think he leads the league in home runs given up because he had some time off, but God, this guy, he just loves to serve him up. A's at the plate in the inning, though. Twin starter, Zebby Matthews, he has the worst ERA on the Twins. And what do we get? Henry Bolte singles to start the series for the A's. Butler walks. It's first and second, 2 outs. But Tommy White flies out, leaves him out there. Going to be a pattern. Springs in the second. It was pretty much batting practice. Honeymoon series win last time around is over. Springs is back to lousy to open an inning. Starts off again. Single, Kalen Culpepper. Now, granted, Culpepper did very well in this series against us. He had a 9-pitch battle before pop-up is dropped, force out at second base. Now, SACB sports writer, if you're from this area, Mark Kreidler is gospel here. And that Aline Boysen, we always saw her in the paper from the Sacramento Bee. His son, Ryan, he struck out in this inning. Now, he has a couple of good at-bats in this series. I think it was kind of cool to see Kreidler's son doing well and being able to play in his hometown. Luke Keischel grounded out, so there was no damage in the second, but that first batter always seems to like to get on with Springs. Donovan Walton for the A's at the plate. He gets hit by a pitch to open the inning, and we do that a lot. We're getting a lot of first guys on, but nothing's happening with it. But Dallas was in the booth talking nasty, no lie, guys, the nasty feet care with Chris Carey. Now, Jenny was probably stoked because we were talking feet, but she had the day off. She was off doing other stuff. So, but it was like 3 solid minutes of the most uncomfortable silence from Chris Carey. And he's just like, yeah, Dallas, yeah. I was texting the guys, man, make this stop, because he just went on for like 3 minutes. It was crazy. A's left Walton there. Muncy was back to chase and strike 2 sliders. A lot of ooze. Muncy's kind of frustrating. Heim did the same thing. So, yeah, nothing good. Springs came out again for the third. First pitch, double Byron Buxton. And I was thinking, here we go again. He's moved over on a ground out, and Springs loses the zone completely. Just brutal. RBI ground out. It's 2-0. He had gone down 3-0 to Josh Bell, and here we are. We're already. You can already feel like it's going to snowball. Bolte opens the third for the A's at the plate with another single, McNeil single. So you're talking first and second, nobody out, and we know what happens. We know they struggle, but the A's do go double play. Of course, it's got to be the worst possible. But Butler does hit a 2-2 pitch, deflected by the pitcher, goes off his leg, and it's 2-1, just like that. But it's like, come on, guys. Just once in a while, I'd like it to be easy, but it never seems to be easy. But we're A's fans. We're kind of used to that kind of thing. You know what I mean? In the fourth, Springs chatting himself up the whole inning. It's something I didn't notice him doing before. He talks a lot to himself. It's I kind of do that too. So I understand him. But he had a 1-2-3 inning on 9 pitches. Actually a great inning for him. I wish he could just keep that ball out of the sky. Just bad news. For the A's, Max Muncy, he hits a 1-out single to center on the first pitch he sees. But the A's were sitting dozen pitches later. It's like we get them on early, and they just sit there. They just sit there. But things look up in this game, and a little bit at the end. But in this series, great endings. Fifth inning, Springs is batting practice to the first batter of an inning again. Home run, Ryan Kreidler. He gets to do it at home, so. I was kind of happy for him on one aspect, but frustrating. And Dallas tells the touching saga of Ryan playing in his hometown. And I just wanted him to stop glossing him. I liked the whole story too, but come on, man. It was like, we were already in the 5th inning and we're still talking about it. Byron Buxton, infield single. What are we going to do? Springs walks Jeffers, and it's 1st and 3rd. Clemens RBI single. It's 4-1. We're already screwed. Springs is gone after that. Typical one batter too many is why Clemens got the RBI. definitely a time when Spring should have gone out a little earlier, one earlier. Spring's day, 4 2/3, 7 hits, his normal home run allowed. But hey, it was only one. That other one was really close, about 5 inches off. 4 earned, 2 walks, 3 Ks. So Hayden Younger, he gets in, gets the last out. He becomes the latest FNG to leave. We'll go into that. A's fifth, McNeil. He hits a 1-out single. Singles are great, but in this game they don't get anywhere because we had another freaking double play, and the A's are back to sucking in all areas. It was Geloff again, so he had another double play. The sixth was horrible for the A's on the mound. I hate glossing the enemy. And yes, I'm old school. They're the enemy. Hayden Younger, I wrote a note right here. I put an asterisk, and you all know what asterisks mean. It means Hobbes is not happy. And I wrote, Hayden Younger needs the ticket to Vegas. They obliged him the next day, so I like that. 7 1/3 innings in August, 12 earned runs. That's just not good. His ERA was 14.73. That's the ghost of Emerson, Scott Emerson haunting us for sure. But it was back-to-back singles, Culpepper and Lee, and another successful sac bunt. Like, I think we have 1 in 3 months, and it seems like every team we play does it at least twice a series. Luke Keyshaw, he hits his 20th double. It's 6-1. So it's not enough to pull you Younger. So he gives another walk, and then they bring in Cade Morris. And I told you guys about Cade Morris. I think that Cott did him dirty the first time through when he came in for his first time ever, brought family, all of that, and it just went south, and then he just got dumped. I didn't like it. But he came in, RBI sac fly right off the bat, Josh Bell, 7-1. And you would think the A's are going to respond, and they just dropped 1, 2, 3. It was quick. A couple of guys struck out. I have to point out, I asterisked again, and I don't usually asterisk Tommy White just because, and like right now I don't asterisk Jeff McNeil because they're both doing really well. But I have to point out Tommy White swings at some stupid ass stuff. He like Muncy when he has 2 strikes on him. You know, all you got to do is throw a slider or a sweeper low and away, and he's going to swing at it, Muncy. But Tommy White, he swings at some, like he goes through these streaks where he kind of flips his bat, and it's always 3 for 4, right? Or 4 for 4. He's got so many 3 and 4 hit games so early in his career, so very impressive. And you can almost see it in the first at bat when he gets his first at bat single, and he's kind of flicking that wrist or leading it out. And I saw that today. I was like, oh yeah, I know what we're going. But he swung at some stupid stuff. Outside of his 3 consecutive hits in the last series, the dude has swung out of zone over 15 times in 4 games. That's a lot. I mean, that's what when I mean. I don't mean like right off the strike zone. I mean ooze, and we all know what ooze is, out of zone. 15 times in 4 games. That was going into the first. That was only going into the beginning, the first game of the series. Pitchers just need to throw breaking balls, ooze, and he's gonna swing at him right now because that's where he is. And the 7th started the same as the 6th, back-to-back singles, Royce Lewis and Culpepper. But Morris did actually navigate without getting scored on. A's have a bad week. 1, 2, 3 at the plate again. Lots of 3-pitch strikeouts. We'll talk about that later. Cortes has one here. That was the 3rd one of the day. I asterisked that because I started noticing the pattern. Not quite a habit yet, but pattern. 8th, like every time Kotsay brings up Cade Morris, he leaves him out there, and he did it again. Buxton single. He hits Bell, and you're like, okay, he's not getting good control. No, let's leave him in. Cody Clemens, RBI single. It's 8-1. Let's leave him in some more. RBI single, Culpepper, 9-1. He was going to be in there no matter how many outs it took to get the 3rd out. And I felt like, at this point, yeah, do that to Younger because you're going to dump him. But, you've done this kid dirty already a couple of times because you brought him back twice, I think, and used him once, like in garbage time, or we were down a starter or something, and you just brought him in to eat some innings, and then you dumped him again. So you guys are doing this kid dirty. I hope you guys give him a better role next year. A's eighth. A's loaded the bases. Bolte single. Geloff finally singles instead of his third double play. Like Law Dog walking again. Guys, he's getting ahead in counts now. We have to like him again. We do. Even though he does stupid stuff on the base pass still. He's getting ahead in counts like he did last year. He isn't fooling me, but we have to like him again. Sorry, guys. Tommy Tank, sac fly, scores Bolte. It's 9-2. In the ninth, Drew Rom took the ninth for the A's in the bump. Held Minnesota scoreless. Did allow Luke Keyshaw a double, but it ended on 10 pitches, so it was pretty quick. Now, the A's did make this look presentable. They got some runs. That showed me they didn't give up, so I'm going to actually split it out there for you real quick. Heim singles. Bolte reaches for the fourth time in the game with a walk, and that's outstanding. We don't get, we get that kind of stuff where they were on four times from Tommy. That's about it, and I like that. Jeff McNeil, he continues to shred. RBI double, scores 2 runs. It's 9-4. Geloff gets in on it, another double. RBI double, 9-5. All of this is with 2 outs. So he, as a group, it was 2 outs and nobody on, and we're just banging runs. Law Dog, RBI double again, 9-6. But, it's like that little mirror. Things are closer than they appear. And there's some ugly numbers. I'm going to show you these really fast. A's pitching staff gave up 16 hits, 3 walks, 4 doubles, and a home run. They allowed the first Twins player of an inning to reach in the second, third, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. So playing from behind all the time. McNeil leads the A's again, 3 for 5 with a double, which was great. Bolte 3 for 4 for 3 runs. Butler 2 for 3 with a double. Geloff 2 for 5 with a double. Fantastic numbers, but just horrible on the bump. But we woke up Tuesday. We did. I was still hoping when I got up for at least one win, and Gage Jump was scheduled. So I was reliving the night before, and I checked, and every guy who played for the Twins had a hit on Monday. And that's brutal. This game, great battle between starters Tuesday. Gage Jump, Taj Bradley of the Twins, and a lot of back and forth. In the first, Gage Jump on the bump. Beautiful start for him. 1, 2, 3, 10 pitches with a K. No big deal. A's start the day at the plate. Zach Geloff walked with 2 outs, but Twins starter Bradley, like I said, he was dialed in too, and nothing came of it. The dude battled all games. So I like good baseball, even if it's against us. If someone's dialed in, and Bradley was dialed in, so it's not like it was horrible to watch, like most of the last 2 months have been for A's fans. In the second, Jump, about as good an inning as you can ask for. Jump serving up some extra crispy. I wrote extra crispy in my note. I just wrote 1, 2, 3. I mean, look. Yeah, he had two Ks in that inning, 8 pitches. I had to look because I put a little timer guy on there to show I was planning on timing it because it was so fast. But Alika Williams for the A's at the plate played Tuesday. Finally, he doubles with 2 outs. Carlos Cortes, the human gummy bear, because he runs like a gummy bear. He doesn't have to waddle the pass in this one because he goes yard, 2-0. Beautiful. It's nice to see Cortes getting back in the groove a little bit because I was starting to give up on him. I really was, because he batted 400 for the first 6 weeks. And y'all know what I think. Kotze killed it. Kotze killed his momentum by splitting his ABs. And now we went through this long stretch where he was horrible. And it's nice to see him homer. I hope he finishes strong. Jump with a 2-0 lead, gives up a 1-out walk to Victor Caratini. Engage was, I wrote, hitting the corners well. Even though we walked him, he was hitting the corners. I went back and I looked at the little box that they put up there, StatCast or whatever they call it, and yeah, he was just painting corners. He missed just barely. He was dialed in. No scoring for the Twins though. Again, the A's at the plate, 1, 2, 3. Bolte and Geloff both struck out, and it was done in 10 pitches. Good God. The fourth, Gage retired 9 of 10 batters after 3 innings. He allows a single to Royce Lewis and then promptly picked him off, but Tommy White wasn't there to receive the ball. Don't know why that was mismatched, but Lewis made it to second. Gage retired Cody Clemens to leave Lewis out there. I love Servant settled Jump down. He went out there and talked to him for a second, which was great. Jump, 38 of 53 pitches for strikes at that point. So he was filling the zone because I was noticing when I went back and I had checked, I was like, oh, let's see how close everything else was. And he was dialed in. The A's at the plate in the fourth. A Law Dog single. I told you got to like him now. Inning was still over in 10 pitches, but at least he was still hitting the stroke good. In the fifth, Jump, just an outstanding day for him. 1, 2, 3 again, 2 more strikeouts, 9 pitches. And see, I always tell you the pitches because we have this old metric that we started way at the beginning of the year. 12 pitches. If the pitcher can get done in less than 12 pitches, that's a pretty darn good inning because usually no one scores because there's not enough pitches out there. So when they can go down 1, 2, 3, get a couple strikeouts and still do that in less than 10 pitches, oh my God, that's outstanding. He had a great day. A's did it one worse though at the plate. Nobody pitcher, dude. He struck out the side on 9 pitches. He did what do they call it? I don't know, grainy, golden. No, that's perverted. No, golden. I don't know what they call it. Basically 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All strikes. We sucked. It was horrible. I didn't think we were going to recover from that. 3 lame innings following a crooked number. I put an asterisk. There's quite a few in the first game and a half. For some reason, when we have crooked numbers at the beginning of the year, it's always followed by 3 full innings of just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just lame. For us in this game, 3rd through 5th after the crooked number took 29 pitches to get the A's out. That's 9 batters. Not good. It gets better though. In the 6th, Gage pitch count. His pitch count looked good. He 4-pitch walked to Luke Keichel with 1 out in the 6th. He steals second. People know it's really easy to score in the A's if you can get second base. Gage gets 2 strikeouts and still gets out up 2-0. Law Dog, again, on fire. Singles with 2 outs. and this is with 2 outs. Tommy Tanks, RBI double off the right center wall. It's 3-0. Donnie Walton, RBI single. Had good awareness. He took second on the throw home. 4-0. Big balls because everybody did that with 2 outs. I started to see that fire. And you know what? Let's cut the crap for a second. I love it that they're smiling again. That's the atmosphere I thought we were going to always have from having to be stuck in a minor league ballpark. I was expecting college, fraternity, drunken swill, blah, 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 kids out there in right field, running base paths on Sundays, whatever. All of that vibe. And it just has never become that. I think the A's missed that. They miss it. And subsequently, being here has become a job. It's not the game they're playing. It's a job for the Athletics. And that's vibe, that's culture, that's all of that. But really cool to see him smile. Really cool. Surprisingly, Gage came out for the 7th, still out there. Royce Lewis opens with a single. Kalen Culpepper shoots an RBI double. It's 4-1. Right center gap. We're still leading. Smart pull for Dan Hubbs at this point. I think they were testing the waters a little bit too much with that, but it didn't matter. Jump had a fine day, 6 1/3, only 3 hits, 2 earned, career high 9 strikeouts, I believe, 2 walks. But you know what happens? We have a bullpen. You all know the bullpen. Hogan Harris is Hogan Harris. Give me a second. We're going to have to talk about this. Take a second. Definitely didn't take my meds beforehand. I wanted to be coherent when I did the show. So Hogan Harris is in there. Brooksley double. Victor Caratini ground out, scores Culpepper. Is 4-2. Walks Ryan Kreidler. But he did strike out Luke Keichel, keep the lead at 4-2. It was a nice start for Jump. A's at the plate. Cortes, second strikeout after the home run. Started swinging freely, got a little frisky with the swings. Brian Servant, he strikes out, third strikeout of the day for him. A lot of strikeouts. Bolte ignores 2 strikeouts and triples because he already had 2 strikeouts. He wasn't doing very well. And we're going to talk about him a little bit at the end in roll call. He had a really poor streak in the last 2 games, even though we won. Byron Buxton, he injured his hip area, quad area on the triple by Bolte. Bolte didn't score. It was just good hustle. The dude was so fast. McNeil, he struck out too, that and left Bolte on third. Usually that kind of bites us in the ass, but it didn't this time. But when you see Luis Medina march out in the 8th, you're going, oh, I get it. Who else are we going to throw out there? Most of them suck this season right now. And whenever I say stuff like that, like they suck or that's weak or whatever, dude, I'm just talking about that specific at bat. They're still athletics. I'm still crazy about my team, and I want them all to succeed. It's like a big brother talking shit. And that's basically what I'm doing, hoping that they'll do better because I'm going to jump right back up on them when they're doing well as well. But I'm afraid of Luis Medina. But he has a great inning. 1, 2, 3, 10 pitches, strikes out Ryan Jeffers. But the A's at the plate, they have to try to do one better. They also do 1, 2, 3. So we traded 1, 2, 3s in the 8th. And we like that, especially when we're winning. In the 9th, loved seeing Elvis Alvarado closing. It's what I've called for in the last 3 series. You all know that. We've been talking about it, that he's dialing it in. He's more focused. The tunnel, I still have to talk to the guys and get the terminology correct. Hi, baby. Sorry, puppies. He's tunneling his pitches or coming in fast. I don't think he broke 100 today, but he came out again in the finale. Beautiful 9th inning, 1, 2, 3, 7 pitches. And this one, multiple 100 plus, gets the save. It's a great win for Jump. A's pitching had a dozen strikeouts. That's not like us. At the plate, Butler was 2 for 4. Cortes, remember, he homered and Bolte triple. So today, woke up seeing the A's claimed right-handed pitcher Chris Roycroft from Tampa Bay. It's going to probably be another FNG in our future. They activated him Wednesday. Dude played for 2 teams. I wrote it off to the side. He played for 2 teams in 2026. The Cardinals, 5 1/3 innings, 9 earned. Huge ERA, 15. Tampa Bay Rays, 19 1/3, 14 earned. So he cut that ERA almost 40%, 60%, 6.52 ERA. He's going to be a future FNG. I can see it. He's not going to last more than a series or 2. Speaking of FNG, though, Hayden Younger, like I said, he was optioned to AAA, which we anticipated a couple days ago. Going for the series win Wednesday. The most consistent starter for the A's on the mound, especially at home right now, JT Ginn. It did not turn out that way. We still pumped him, though. Kotsay, though, basically played everyone off the bench and gave us a not-so-serious lineup. Michael Stefanik, who I wanted to be in there, but Michael Stefanik, Alika Williams, Daryl Hernandez, And Hernandez is so good at shortstop, they had him at the hot corner today, which scared the hell out of me. Backup catcher played too. That wasn't a serious lineup. I don't know how it worked, but we also kind of pegged that pattern that usually when we look at them and we're just like, what the hell? They always end up pulling a win out, and we did. But JT again, not a good day. 4 pitches in, down 1-0. Brooks Lee home run. A's response, 1, 2, 3, 8 pitches. Bolte strikes out on 3 pitches. It was the 8th time in the series the A's struck out on 3 pitches. That's not a patient at bat, and it's happening a lot. In the second, Ginn was back out there. Trevor Larnach, home run, another solo. Culpepper, another home run, a solo. 4-pitch walk, Alan Roden. Just horrible, horrible first couple of innings. He placed every one of those home runs, waist-high sinkers, right over the middle, ready for launch, and they launched them. I think you could have launched them. I could have launched them. My wife could have launched them. They were just sitting there for the taking. A's are down 3-0. Back-to-back singles. Jonah Heim, Tommy White. Puts 2 on, nobody out. But what is happening the last month or so? The A's don't score. 3 bench guys in a row at the plate. Killed it. That's where they left them. And you're thinking, is this the best lineup we could have put on the field today? I don't think so. It worked out, but it just goes against the grain. Ginn was getting hit hard, even in the outs. 104s, 106s off the bat. It was a 1-2-3 clean inning for Ginn, though, on 12 pitches, but just getting hit hard. A's third, 1-2-3 again. Bolte striking out on 3 pitches. He has a stretch, guys. We'll talk about it at the end. Ginn came out in the 4th. Oh, my God, guys. Walked Clemens on 4 pitches. Double play and any threat for Ginn. But he was pitching to start. They were just like so high up above the face, and then off to the left and off to the right outside. The double play saved him. For the A's, here we go. Butler walked on 4 pitches. Tommy White, he got a bounce. It looks like he hit the infield's lip before you get dirt again. Bounced off, single. Then we got RBI double Butler because Butler is our new favorite guy. Let's face it, guys, he's the best hitter on the team right now. That's insane. But Butler's the best. He's batting cleanup, guys. Brian Servant, RBI ground out. It's 3-2 game, and we needed to inch those runs out. So Brian Servant, good job. In the 5th, Ginn's still out there. And talk about a swing. An ABS overturn of an errant throw. Alika Williams grabbed the ball, threw it. It was errant, and the tag was made. But it would have been somebody on. Instead, it's somebody out. So it was a 1-2-3. It was only 7 pitches. I just felt like that tag, it was kind of the swing feel. You started to feel like, oh, okay. But against Ginn, Josh Bell went 1 out single. Jeffers singled because his sinker was back to not sinking. Clemens singled to load him. Cortes left him out there. You know, what are you going to do? I would have liked to pulled if you knock 3 singles in a row and you haven't scored, it might be time to pull that dude. But he chose not to. Sack fly, 4-2, Royce Lewis. But retired the rest. A's 5th at the plate. And they go Jonah Heim and Tommy White back-to-back singles. And this is just beautiful. And if you think about it, in the last, even in a couple of the losses, we did get some, like our loss in the opener, we had nice streaks of hitters dialed in. And that's what happened here. McNeil pinch hits, and you want to ask yourself, McNeil also hot hitter. I think he's batting 362 after 2 games in this series. He's not playing. He has to pinch hit. So you have to ask yourself, Kotze, why are you sitting hot players again? But he comes in, RBI double, which tells you shouldn't have sat him in the first damn place. Double, 4-3. Alika Williams, 2-run triple, 5-4. Darrell Hernandez, RBI single, 6-4. You cannot ask for much better. Again, he was done. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 bombs, 4 earned, considering he had 3 home runs given up. I think that's his career high. I was listening to the guys on, got to go to Rants Live. Guys, when you hit the network, Rants Live once a week, at least once a series, I think, something like that, every other series. They have a live show, funny as hell, a lot of information because these guys are all elite. They all played or coached in the elite levels, in the minor leagues, in Division II, coach, in SAM for more stats meet instinct. You got to go watch those. Brady Basso, he took the 7th. He's my favorite dude. He's like, I think they were kind of teasing me today because they were like, you're mad at everybody right now. I kind of, well, yeah, when you win 5 games in, July, yeah, you get a little grumpy, and I'm old, so throw that in, aches and pains. But Brady Basso, stud. But bunt single, Alton Roden, but it was quick inning, 9 pitches. And like I told you, Law Dog, bottom of the inning, solo bomb, 7-4. You're just like, I had all these jokes in my mind about him posting home runs, but I'm going to leave him alone because the man's hitting really well. What do you guys think? If he bombs out and does well the last few weeks and we can get something for him, what would it take for us to want to unload that huge back-end contract? Think about that, guys. Throw it in the comments. Basso comes out in the 8th. And again, 1, 2, 3, 6 pitches, guys. 6 pitches. 2 pitches per batter, in and out. Ground out, ground out, ground out. Alika Williams, bottom of the inning, hits a 2-out double, went nowhere. Another great thing that happened today, Kotze went back to Alvarado again as a closer. I love it. I love it. I love it. I was a little worried when I saw Hogan Harris out closing. That one worked out. He actually got the save. But I want Elvis Alvarado closing right now. The man, even though today was a little, what are you going to do? In this game, he did give Trevor Larnach a single. Culpepper walked. It did bring the time run of the play, but Alvarado struck out Luke Keichel. Won the series, won the game. That's beautiful. As usual, Tommy Wyatt has a good day. Once he gets that first hit, you might as well write 3 or 4 on the day. 3 for 4, 2 runs. Heim, Williams, and Hernandez, they all went 2 for 4, so great. Let's see. Let's go off into roll call real quick. We're at 38, so we're actually a little ahead of the game. I figured we would be. It's midnight. I'm tired. Bats, guys. This is where we won. 31-102. We batted 304 as a team. We're usually batting 210, guys, 225. That's fantastic. And check this out. This makes me happy. Extra base hits, 8 doubles, 2 triples. We don't ever do triples. Only a couple home runs, but that's because we got 8 doubles. So we're talking 12 extra base hits in 3 games. That's fantastic. I guess it's because we had so many hits. We only had 5 walks. That's horrible. 28 strikeouts. We can do better. We had a bad day on Tuesday. Here's the number I wanted to talk to you guys about. This never happens. Our runners in scoring position, 10 for 23, 434. That's freaking great. That's great. Our starters, 17 innings, 10 earned, 5.29 ERA. That's not very good. The relievers, a little bit better. 10 innings, 5 earned, 4.50 ERA. Now, I mean, most of the starters ERA, I mean, it's a 5.29. That's off of 4 home runs. That's not very good. 4 home runs in 17 innings. We did win 2. When I look at this, our pitchers, the difference, one thing our pitchers did do, they did have 9 1-2-3 innings as a staff, and that's pretty good for the A's. Now, as we'll wind this out as a individual, Bolte, 4 for 12, 333, triple, 3 runs. He had 5 strikeouts, a little bit much. Butler, 5 for 10. He batted 500, 3 walks, a double, a triple, 3 RBIs, some runs. I mean, this guy did everything. Made popcorn, probably parked my car. Geloff, 2 for 12, not very good. He had a double. That was basically it. The double, the run, the RBI. Cortes, 1 for 9. He had the home run. That was it. McNeil, 4 for 11. Not bad. 2 runs, 3 RBIs, 2 doubles. Yeah, not very good. Serving. Yeah, we won't talk about him. Tommy White, 4 for 12, guys. 333, a double, a couple runs, couple RBIs. We like Tommy White. He's 4 for his last 8, so let's hope he carries that over. Finally, Williams, 3 for 7, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, had a double, did a bunch of stuff in the limited time he had. All right, so let's wind this down. Day off for the A's tomorrow, so definitely watch this show all the way through. I appreciate you guys. 9 series remain this season. Baltimore Orioles are up next. That's on this weekend, Friday through Sunday. I think we're going to win 2 out of 3, but we are in the weaker part of the rotation. I don't even know who's starting because we're pulling Basso. I don't know who's starting. 2 series wins in a row, though. I'll take that. That's all I got. Be excellent to each other. Tell your peeps you love them. I am a ghost.